What's up, y'all, man? This that NBA doughboy, that no nonsense. And let me tell you something about LeBron, man. LeBron is like an attention-seeking chick, right? Right. It's like LeBron knew in this very points of his career that he wasn't going to be truly the best player in the NBA. However, he was going to seek as much attention as he can, pretty much. Be a celebrity on the basketball court. So if you was playing the Kawhi Leonard, you'd be playing a basketball player. If you was playing LeBron, you'd be playing a celebrity. This is why LeBron came to Los Angeles, cause like I believed when he left Cleveland, when he beat Golden State, luckily, I believe he lost his drive to become truly the best player in the NBA because he stayed out of his own mouth that he believed he was better than Michael Jordan. Do I truly believe deep down he believes that? I think he believes that he's done something Michael Jordan has never done before, and he can hold that. He also knows that analytically, and statistically, he's going to be better than Michael Jordan. But that's also due to the era he is in. However, in this time frame, nobody's going to pretty much people are going to rep their time frame, and people don't, I would say, do research anymore. We're coming in a time where majority of the people now haven't seen MJ play, so they're going to rep LeBron. This is the type of player LeBron is. LeBron is a narcissist. LeBron promotes rebellion. I said this. He credits Allen Iverson for this in terms of changing the culture of the game. But also, Allen Iverson promoted vanity and rebellion. Not to say Allen Iverson went around here and said, rebel, 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 care about yourself. No, what I mean by is, during him changing the culture of the game, which he did, it was also promoting vanity and rebellion because Allen Iverson was a rebellious person. So now you have the LeBrons, the Russell Westbrook, the James Hardens, right? So now in this game, when he came to LA, I don't think he had that same drive anymore. When he had that disappointing season, he realized that Los Angeles was not Cleveland. They wasn't going to love him even though they was losing. So he was going to put together a team. He really wanted a super team where he can win without trying and still do celebrity work. That's what he truly wanted. He wanted a super team so he can win without trying and do celebrity work. I think this team is better than what he had expected, but now they come across the Clippers where he has to play, right? Although I still think the Lakers could possibly win the championship, I just don't see that same drive. Because, like I said in the last video about LeBron James, what's in the dark will come to the light. So Kawhi Leonard's trainer, I believe Kawhi Leonard's trainer called him out and said you can see the difference in people who work out and people who don't. Kyle Kuzma tweeted, call a spade, and then deleted the tweet. So Kyle Kuzma possibly taking shots at LeBron? Who knows, right? But most likely he is. He might try to deny it. Who knows? This is the same guy that pushed LeBron to play defense, right? Because LeBron is a teaching, seeking celebrity on the court. And this celebrity aura gives him confidence on the court because players that look at LeBron look at him as a celebrity. Therefore, LeBron has the mental advantage. But when he go against a team like Milwaukee and when he go against a team like the Clippers and possibly Dallas and Houston, they're not looking at him as a celebrity. They're looking at him as a basketball player, especially the Clippers. This is why you can feel the mental edge the Clippers have over the Lakers. You can just feel it, right? All these agendas and listen, look, in terms of I'm not here to what they call it, defamation over LeBron or a hater. I'm just stating what's real. LeBron say, and a lot of people say that why do you make these assumptions or how do you know? LeBron says politically correct things. This is a tactic people use in the media, particularly the sports media or the liberal media. They say things that are politically correct pretty much as a shield because if you go at their arguments, they will do extreme. Oh man, you're being racist. Oh man, you're a bigot. Pretty much they'll use a politically correct subject as a shield. Or they'll say something, and if you go against it, then you're talking about something that is try to make you look morally wicked, right? This is the type of player LeBron James is. He says a lot of politically correct things. He said a lot of popular things along the lines of Donald Trump's horrible. That didn't let me know that LeBron James was the quote unquote Muhammad Ali of basketball, which he is trying to be, right? Because I told you this multiple times. LeBron is to be evaluated under adversity like a leader. When things get rough, a true leader will risk its all. Get hit, get knocked down, however, they don't die. LeBron is afraid to do that. This is why he played it safe. This is why he, quote unquote, you have a freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean you should use it. These are his quotes, by the way. But he was the guy calling Donald Trump a bum. Now, listen here. I'm not here as a Republican, right? Because I'm not a Republican. I'm here to tell you that politics is a sham, right? It's about voting for the less wicked. But when you look at LeBron, LeBron is all about his brand promoting. Nike has latched on to him. And so stuff he do for the community that is good. I'm not gonna take that away from him. However, people would do good things to promote themselves, right? And it's good for the person he's doing it by, but people will do good things to promote himself. So under adversity with China, LeBron had the chance to prove to himself that he was truly about the business that he was trying to partake in. And he contradicted himself with his speech, right? He tried to play it safe. Many of his quote unquote fanboys were emotionally quote unquote butthurt. Oh man. And I don't encourage you to be a fanboy of a player because, like I said, you're going to look at them with a subjective mindset. So when things happen, it's going to hurt you. I'm pretty sure a lot of Kobe fanboys was hurt by the Colorado situation. It's always to look at people with a objective mindset. Nobody's perfect, right? There's only one being that's perfect, and that is God. Now, if you don't believe in God, well, that is you. However, this is what I believe. I don't believe no man is perfect. And even if you are an atheist, you should know that. No man on this earth is perfect. So when you engage in fanboyism, you pretty much engage in a form of idolatry. You emotionally invest into them. And most people that do that, those celebrities are quote unquote for justice, relatable in our lives. So we hold dear to them, right? Like they are for us, but we don't know. Those who have grandparents, I'm sure you heard this term a lot. Wolf in sheep clothing. This is what the liberals are. So when you say political correct things, you'll try to sound correct, but under that, you're hiding what you really are, right? LeBron James is an attention seeker. He is a diva. He is a chick that's trying to seek attention to become a celebrity because on the basketball court, this is deep down, I don't he knows he's not going to pass Michael Jordan's dominance. However, he wants to be the biggest celebrity NBA star in the history of the game. And I'm sure that's something I will probably say 40 to 60% of NBA players would rather be than be the best basketball player ever. And attention is like cocaine, man. Attention is like cocaine. What are you going to talk about it?
Marcellus, get us rolling here. Is LeBron's focus a problem for LeBron James? Not at all.
LeBron doesn't have any focus. LeBron's focus, which he knows in LA, they're not going to be just quote unquote happy that he's in Los Angeles like they were in Cleveland because the media said the Cavaliers should be just happy to have LeBron. He doesn't have that cushion in LA. When he passed Jordan, some guys were booing him. They don't care. They want to see a championship. They want to see what you're about. So he put together a team where he tried to, where he don't have to try and he can still focus on his celebrity side. Now he has to compete, and now he's going up against a team where he's going to have to be the LeBron of old. But I don't think that drive is still there.
I think the birth certificate comes into play more than anything, but if you want to just focus in on last night and then try to extract from there, I don't think it's a focus issue. Um, I took issue and took notice of some of the great Hall of Famers, champions before, who did things that we would deem not focused, but at the same time, we gave them their pass because of what they were up to or what the situation was. Let's start with Magic Johnson, who used to kiss his opponent before a game, and guess
I'm
what?
guessing he's referring to 1988 NBA Finals where he famously, him and Isaiah Thomas kissed each other on the cheek. I mean, we all know what Magic Johnson was about. The brother even got AIDS. I mean, come on now. This is why I said I don't hold anyone to a fanboy status because nobody's perfect. So in this day and age, and I won't say this day and age, but people hold LeBron to a status where they do not want to admit or see his flaws, where it's going to come down crashing, and it may create animosity, or it's going to create animosity to people who's pointed it out.
I didn't think that necessarily was in the bylaws of competition, but you know what?
My dad never liked that.
I never knew what to think of it, but I was just like, oh, it wasn't even the gender thing. It was the fact that you about to play him? Okay.
Magic Johnson had them hoes, bro, and his son turned into one. Oh man.
All right, let that live. Michael Jordan, the greatest, to the tune of his focus issues, had to depart the game of basketball.
See, this is an interesting subject because I would say seemingly Michael Jordan had gambling issues. Keep in mind, David Stern came into the league when Michael Jordan came into the league his first year and used Michael Jordan, I believe, to market the league. John Sally also believed this, as he said on Flat TV, right? So, one, I guess, seemingly, Michael Jordan got himself in some deep gambling issues and he had to leave the league. And David Stern told him to lay low, right? And then when he's, I guess, come back into the league, when it's time for him to come back into the league, right? However, this is not that type of video. There's also hearsay that says that the mafia killed Michael Jordan's dad and he had to come back to the league to pay those gambling debts. But that's hearsay though.
Was focused on for a year or so to return back to it. Some will call that a retirement, but if you
Again, I don't hold Michael Jordan to a pedestal like that. So, if this turns out to be 100% true, because like I said, most of this is hearsay, however, what's in the dark will come to the light. It looks like the evidence of him leaving the league, what David Stern is saying, it's adding up. Not adding up to the very point. Who knows? Maybe it's already been come to fruition, but the media is burying it because Michael Jordan is seen as a godly icon in NBA. I don't know. But it's an interesting subject to research on.
come back to something, you're not fully retired, so that could be deemed quitting, which is not necessarily part of focus. But I look at LeBron, who is now going to get charged with all these situations and allegations, living in a world where there's social media. And those guys are living in tape delay. some of them, none of them have social media. I don't think it's a focus issue. If anything, you just say, look, let's lean into his age.
Kawhi's got social media. Kawhi has social media.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he does it in a different way, but we'll get to that. I don't bring it up all the time, but no, it's not a focus issue for me.
I knew when LeBron went and fell on Kevin.
Keep in mind, LeBron hurt his groin and then jumped on Kevin Hart's lap after Anthony Davis did it. LeBron is like a 16-year-old girl, bro. Keep in mind, I believe Kawhi's trainer says that LeBron doesn't. You could tell who works out, and it seems like LeBron just makes excuses. LeBron knows he can do that because the media holds him to no accountability. But like I said, what's in the dark will come to the light.
hard slap. I knew. I said, first of all, he better win this game. Because if he does it, I knew this subject was going to be up for debate. I'll say this. LeBron is just different. You mentioned in Whitlaw, which was great. I loved it. I actually did. I made some valid points. But he's different from the all-time greats that we all talked about with the Kobe, the Michael Jordan have the edge. He's done it a different way. And he still has the hardware to show for it. So
Not as much.
I mean, three is
I'm wait. Did he say he still has the heart and the soul for it?
pretty
Three.
good.
Three?
You can't sleep on three.
Yeah, but I mean, Magic
Come
got
on,
five.
man.
Larry Bird
Come
sitting there
on,
like, you
man.
better not sleep on three.
And a lot of people don't understand that because when you arguing LeBron, he's the only superstar that you have to diminish the value of championships to make him the greatest of all time, right? A lot of Michael Jordan's 6 rings is better than three, and a lot of guys get into well, Bill Russell won 12. Michael Jordan was in the era where he was probably the best player in the NBA, and they told him that he had no championships. We don't care how much stats you rack up, and your stats mean nothing, right? If you don't get no rings. So Michael Jordan became obsessed with rings. This is the type of era he came from. In this era, stats are becoming more important than rings. Guys will say, oh my goodness, it's a team game. Well, the point of playing basketball is to win a championship. However, when you comparing Michael, he has the stats and the championships. A Magic or a Bird, they have the stats and the championships. But when you're comparing LeBron, he has the stats, but less of the championships, right? But when you compare LeBron to the all-time greats, guys will try to diminish the value of championships. Not to say championships are just way, way more important, right? And there's no debate. But what do we play the game for? This is why guys are chasing stats now because in the rise of statistics, guys know that statistics in this era, media are gonna try to use it to reign supreme. But what people like Russell Westbrook, what people like the other guys don't realize, this is only the case with LeBron. This is why LeBron is able to chase stats and it be good for him. But when Russell Westbrook do it, people call him out. This is the inconsistency that you see. If LeBron was the one chasing triple doubles and would have got 3 triple doubles in a row, right? They would not have called him out. But they called Russell Westbrook out for it. So if you're not LeBron, they're gonna hold you to rings.
Injured back.
back.
I don't care what, how he got there.
But it's still more opportunities to go. But I was saying, but there are people who feel like LeBron goes out of his way to make himself the show. You know, like I've covered LeBron, so I've noticed for a while, like
Yeah, there's people that's feeling this way, and this is people who's starting to see this way, right?
when I was in Cleveland, you know LeBron enters the locker room because he has a big old like pill box of playing music. So you know Bron is coming in. And then you know he did that last night where you know, okay, LeBron's about to come in. You know it before you see it. And so that can rub some people the wrong way if they feel like he has to be the star, the star of everything. And people say he was taking a moment away from AD that happened organically, happened naturally during the flow of the game. So I get it, but I understand.
I don't think he was trying to take a moment away from AD because I won't say it's a moment. AD, they was on a good run and AD sat on Kevin Hart's lap, so I guess it was a good moment in that terms of AD. And I think LeBron just pretty much saw attention and jumped in the middle of it, right? Right? Like if it's a fight and everybody runs to see it, especially at school. It's pretty much what LeBron did.
Is LeBron a real big goofy kid? Yes, he is. But he still has 3 championships. And that's nothing to sneeze about.
Well, his career is not done. See, this is the thing with people arguing LeBron now. They try to turn it into a career debate. And I was arguing with a lot of people, debating, I would say debate. I was debating with a lot of people about is LeBron the best player in the NBA? And they said things like, "Oh man, Kawhi Leonard only just beat him in 2 regular season games." I said, "Well, Kawhi Leonard also won the championship." They would say, "Oh, against the injured Warriors team." I said, "Well, beating the injured Warriors team is better than not making the playoffs, right?" And LeBron also beat an injured Warriors team. Then they said that how is Kawhi the king when Lakers got the best record in the NBA? And I would tell them, if you called out Kawhi for winning 2 regular season meaningless games, then why are you crowning LeBron for having the quote unquote meaningless regular season record? So then they go into guys have short term memory. They forget what LeBron did in 2016 because what guys don't understand is what you do in 2017 doesn't make you the best player in the world for 3 years. Only for that 1 year. You have to compete for the best player in the world title every year. LeBron was able to do that. Not anymore. You can't do something for 1 year and be crowned 5 years. I'm sorry. It's not a career debate. LeBron is not the best player in the NBA.
No, but if you want to be considered the greatest player of all time, which
And Kai Kuzma better watch out. He gonna get traded.
he said in his own words that he considers himself, because they came 3-1 back, he considered himself the greatest player. That no,
Pretty much, that was his moment. This is what shattered his focus because he knew that championship was lucky, right? And when they got KD, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. LeBron is a very smart individual. I give it to him. He is able to manipulate situations and the media. And I tell people this all the time. I don't believe people are stupid. I believe people are know the things they are doing. There are stupid people out there, but a lot of these people know the things they are doing in terms of the media. They try to act stupid, but they're not.
one's ever done that. I'm the greatest ever. You are who your best player is. And in the biggest NBA game of the season, after losing,
Doris Burke said it real. Anthony Davis is your MVP. If you look at the Milwaukee game when they was down 20, Anthony Davis winning a run when Giannis went in foul trouble. When Chris Middleton got into foul trouble, Anthony Davis went on a run, and Lakers started to catch up. Anthony Davis is their MVP.
the previous biggest NBA game of the season, just last Thursday night in Milwaukee, you're up at half. Go and get Anthony Davis and run into the locker room and let's go and dominate. Let's go and get to 20 points. If the players see you acting like it's an all-star game, they're going to react in kind. You are who your best player is, especially in basketball.
Well, Kyle Kuzma saw this, and Kyle Kuzma didn't like it. Kyle Kuzma mad, but he probably didn't take the last shot. I would have been mad too, Kyle. LeBron didn't shoot all game. Let me take the last shot, LeBron. You know you don't take the last shot. I want to be your Kyrie. That's what you should have said. Hey man, let me be your Kyrie.
He's not a stone cold killer. He does love trying to do everything. I'm with you, Whitlock. Like, look, you mentioned it. He not only had the music playing when he showed up in the locker room. You go back to last year when he was hurt. Remember, the team would come out, they'd get introduced, the game would start, then LeBron would come out. Why? He wanted his own ovation.
You see what I'm saying? This is why people like Walt Frazier was calling LeBron out. This is the guy representing the league. Now we all know Walt Frazier simply just don't like LeBron, and he has expressed that even in his top 10 in Mount Rushmore. But guys can see this, right? What's in the dark will come to the light. However, the light is different in everybody's eyes because a lot of people are more blind than other people. Some people can see in the dark. Some people can see when there's dark, but there's a little bit of light. And some people just gotta fully shine on it, right? So it is what it is.
You know, he shows up with a goblet of wine one day, buzzed, watching the game. No one's ever done that. Why? Because LeBron thinks he's above it. He thinks he knows that he is popular, he is famous, he is the show. And the Clippers kicked their ass again last night at Staples Center. Like, look, Dude and I are from here. We know, like, the idea that the Clippers are anywhere close to the equal of the Lakers is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And they didn't.
They're not going to treat the Clippers like that. Maybe Anthony Davis, maybe Kyle Kuzma, but LeBron is not. LeBron says stuff like he has no rivalry to relieve himself of the pressure because he knows that he doesn't have the confidence. Because the rivals they normally claim him by are players that can embarrass him. He doesn't have the confidence he could go at KD. That's why he ran from him. He doesn't have the confidence that he can go at Kawhi. That's why he ran from him. And now he probably don't have the confidence he could go at Giannis Antetokounmpo. If he's shooting threes, that is. So he say things like there's no rivalry because LeBron likes to play with no pressure. Right? And I would say this. Warriors blowing that 3-1 lead had to been one of the biggest mistakes in history in terms of I don't think no one would ever. And when I say that LeBron runs away from adversity, they're going to point out that 3-1 lead, that injured team, right? And I don't necessarily, and 100% because at times LeBron does. LeBron was down 2-3 against Boston. LeBron has been down 2-3 against teams, even against Indiana in the first round of the playoffs 2 years ago, right? So he knows how to handle a form of pressure because out of experience. And LeBron knows that against certain teams, if he dominates, he cannot be stopped. And if things go his way, he'll win. And LeBron is very smart. But against a team that he knows deep down that's not scared of him, he is going to run away. And you would have saw this more had Warriors not blown that 3-1 lead because it put everybody back blind and in the dark.
Do it because they were so great shooting threes. They did it with offensive rebounds, getting to the free throw line, and they kept the Lakers out of the lane and made them play to their weakness, which is shooting threes. I'm with you. I don't think focus is the sole issue. I do think that age is a good portion of it. Mm-hmm. But I do think that LeBron thinks, hey, I'm LeBron. I've always been able to figure it out. I can lock in when I want to lock in. I can do the team. There's a certain arrogance to when you get to LA, you think you can do everything and still keep the main thing the main thing.
This is what I mean. This is 100% correct, Doug Hawley. A lot of people got to realize that, yes, you can do other things on the other aspect of the court, but when Kyle Kuzma says that he's not putting the work in, he's probably not saying LeBron. LeBron probably missing practice because Isaiah pointed out LeBron does not practice. And this is what a lot of NBA players say about people when they get above 30, right? LeBron is extremely smart. LeBron like probably practices for people who really need it or for people who's not smart. It's probably what he thinks in his mind. He got a film for his Space Jam. He got a film for other things. Right? But really what he's saying is he's not working as hard as he should.
But those guys are coming for you.
And what I was trying to say, and I didn't mean to digress a bit, is that LeBron is probably, I would say, probably about 65% focused on basketball. And that's decreasing. And he's going up against people who are 90 to 100% focused on basketball. So when you go up against a Giannis who's 100% focused on basketball, a Luka who's 100% focused on basketball, and Kawhi Leonard, I would say, I don't know what Kawhi Leonard is doing off the court, but I would say 97, 98% focused on basketball. Probably 95. The other 5 is focused on low managing. They're doing their craft 100%. LeBron is not. So it's going to show. This is why I call LeBron the old wolf. He's too old. The new wolf is going to come and take him down. Whether it's the new wolf by himself or it's a bunch of new wolves that come and take him down.
That guy, Kawhi Leonard, is much more wired like the previous guys who are stone cold killers, and the only thing important is winning that game, and that's not LeBron.
And I think that the greatest of all.
I know he was phony when he got on that good stretch in the fourth quarter, and then he tried to do a floater 3-point shot. He was trying so hard to outplay Kawhi Leonard. This man is phony, man. Like, it astonished me. Like, it's become explicit and perspicuous. Like, it's become very clear to me. When that man did that floater 3, a dumb shot, and missed, it's like Kawhi Leonard saw that and got mad because I think Kawhi Leonard was cold for that stretch, and then he went back to dominating. Like, this man's so phony.
Time, generally speaking, aren't blessed with just an abundance of talent. Michael Jordan, extremely talented, but wasn't on his varsity team as a sophomore in high school or whatever. Not the guys that were bigger than him when drafted. It's a game that rewards size, and Michael had good size, but not great size. Tom Brady, Joe Montana in football. The game bores LeBron sometimes.
The game don't bore him. LeBron lost his focus. LeBron has believe that he has done enough to put himself in the conversation of Jordan, right? And now LeBron wants to become the biggest celebrity in NBA history. Okay, let's go.
And that's where I think he loses focus. He gets bored. He has too much talent. Wilt Chamberlain, to me, had the exact same problem, and that's why Wilt, the most talented player other than LeBron, I think, to ever play basketball,
Dominant.
left the game with fewer titles than the guys he was
No, Will
competing against.
Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain was extremely intelligent, but Will Chamberlain didn't want to sacrifice his stats. He was known to dominate. He felt like he could do everything. Bill Russell was the guy that had a bunch of teammates that were great, and he sacrificed a lot of that to make his teammates shine.
To the other all-time greats. Yeah, I hear you. I'll push back on the Jordan situation. He was a late bloomer, 6'6", yeah, 48-inch jump and quick, short space skills.
You're implying that, oh man, LeBron might be essentially losing on purpose, or if LeBron was more focused. Well, yeah, LeBron could be more focused like he was on Cleveland, but it's still going to come down to the other intangibles. Like, is LeBron going to sacrifice a lot of his stats to allow the team to shine? This is why the Lakers haven't started off good, because he's been forced to sacrifice a lot of that because of his age.
People who say he wasn't as talented, you got to kind of look at his measurables when he was Michael Jordan. I'm looking
Keep in mind, Michael Jordan wasn't the most physical player in the 90s, right? There were guys who were bigger and stronger than him, and he was still able to do that. LeBron is the biggest, one of the biggest and strongest guys. The combination of speed, strength, makes him the best athlete, and I think he's not the best athlete currently, but pretty much almost his whole career. And that's an advantage. Not to take that away from LeBron, this is just comparing him to Jordan. This is why Jordan's accomplishments are more, I would say, eye opening. That's why Jordan, I guess, was a bit more, I guess, relatable. Yeah, a lot of guys that say, hey, I want to be like Jordan. Then you have guys that say, hey, I want to be like LeBron. Now guys are coming in saying that, hey, I want to be like Kobe. All the guys that say they want to be like Kobe would have said they wanted to be like Jordan if Jordan was playing where Kobe was, the era Kobe was playing in. Because a lot of people feel like they can do what Kobe or Jordan do in terms of their skill set because they wasn't born with the body that LeBron had. But that isn't taking anything away from LeBron.
the complexion of the killer, the stone cold killer, as it has evolved over the years. Because I remember growing up in Los Angeles, the pushback of Magic Johnson, who was a killer with a smile.
Exactly.
And people used to destroy him. Is he focused or not? Because why is he smiling all the time?
Yeah.
But guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. People stopped saying that as much. Then we got to Michael Jordan, who said, I'm going to be
Because Magic kept winning. So what is your point?
killer with a smile, but my smile's coming once I leave this locker room. But on the court, I'm a stone cold killer. And then Kobe took the baton and said, I'm never going to smile. Guess what? I came in with the Coca-Cola afro dating Brandy, and now I realize my brand is never smile.
Kobe was so obsessed with becoming Jordan that I think it was detrimental to his I would say how he acted on the court. Right? The thing that saved Kobe and his poor social skills and his poor locker room skills in terms of how guys coming down and say he was a bit standoffish was the fact that he won and he had extreme amount of work ethic and he was intelligent. So guys had no choice but to respect it. And I respect it. Kobe is my favorite player. And this is what I mean by holding people to this objective mindset. Right? So you have guys who try to adopt that mindset like a Chris Paul, but he's unreliable. Right? Guys are like, hey man, I'm gonna be the guy to yell at my teammates, but they're not on the court. Winning and hard work negated that for Kobe. And Kobe just, quite frankly, didn't care what people think of him. He just wanted to be where Jordan was at because Jordan was like an idol to him, which I encourage people don't do.
A black mamba. So now you look at LeBron.
Well, he started not.
I think Kobe, what's helped Kobe was when Kobe realized that he wasn't going to be Michael Jordan. So this allowed him to be him. Kobe was trying to be like Michael Jordan. And when you have a goal and you're trying to pursue it like that, nothing else matters. You know those movies or those shows or anime shows where guys have a goal and other good things happen and they don't care about it. They just care about pursuing that goal. This is what Kobe was. But Kobe realized that goal was unattainable. He was allowed to be more of himself. Look at other things. It was like I would say Zuko, where he was trying to get his father under back, right? Where he was trying to pretty much get under by his father. So his whole goal was to chase the Avatar, and he didn't care any, pretty much really didn't care anything his uncle said that didn't get him towards that goal. But when he realized honor wasn't really what he wanted, he was able to look at other things, right? So this is what Kobe was able to transition well outside of basketball.
Allen.
Colorado.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Man, I know this. So, look, let me be real about it.
The context
I
of
said
it.
at first it came with the fro and the branding, and then it switched. So here's the thing. Now, LeBron is like, I don't have to look for attention. I don't have to walk in the locker room saying, I'm here. Y'all already looking. So guess what I'm going to do with that? Shine it in the ways, sometimes childlike ways, in which he wants to show his personality. But at the end, like all the others I just named, you're going to be able to count multiple championships that shows this guy is focused. It's going to stop at 3. The count's going to stop at 3. This year.
I agree. That's it. Now he has a chance to win this year, but that's it. I believe if you don't win it this year, is a wrap.
It's done at 3.
Career.
Okay,
I can
listen,
take that.
and if that's the case,
We know you'll take it, Marcellus. A role player would take LeBron's stats. This is why role players come in defense of LeBron, right? Because to a role player, the attention LeBron gets and the success is like heaven. But there are a lot of players who also see the toxicity of LeBron.
that is an amazing career. That is an amazing career. And
It's also underachieving for his talent.
Dan's wife will later ask who he wants the game with. And Dan will say, Mike, or Mitch, or maybe it was Gary. His
Man,
name is
come on,
right,
man.
Dan. But no matter, this isn't friendship, this is fanship. When it's game time, it's tully time.
Talent.
okay, we can call it that. But the way that championship you won against Golden State, coming back from a 3-1 deficit,
Right.
Nope.
Right.
You can't take anything from that. And what I would say is about Michael Jordan, didn't make. Look, I'm glad more information came about when it comes to Michael Jordan getting cut in high school, because I use that as motivation. I got cut my freshman year in high school, but I didn't realize till later on Michael Jordan was a sophomore. Tried to make his varsity team.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to
I
make
mean,
it.
you ain't supposed to be there.
You ain't supposed to it wasn't like he was a junior.
Right.
So it's a little different. But anyway, I will say this. To me, nobody will ever be able to take over Michael Jordan's reign as the #1 basketball player of all time. That's me. And so I want to get that out there first and foremost. But if LeBron James, to me, was able to get one more championship, particularly with the Los Angeles Lakers, if not okay, if it does happen with it, if it does happen with Lock and Doug, you have to put him in the debate. I can't argue with anybody if they say, "Oh, it's LeBron or
I mean, yes, it's debatable. I guess so. That's a good point.
MJ." I'll be like, you know what?
Because all LeBron missing is winning. I don't know. LeBron's not gonna get to 6. We know that much. But if he's able to get to 4 or 5, right? If he's able to win back to back, then yeah.
Agree.
But at the same time, the hardware, the accomplishments, and the way he went through it, I can't dispute it.
Well, look, I don't want to get into the Jordan LeBron thing or whatever. I do think they can win a championship. I thought the best part you made was the difference in him and Kawhi is Kawhi's from here, right? Like when you pick a spot to live and you go to live in Brentwood. Brentwood's amazing. Nobody living in Brentwood is from LA. Right? Those are people from elsewhere. You live in those coastal cities, they're from somewhere else, and they dreamed of
To be honest with you, I don't think it would have mattered where Kawhi was at.
LA, and that's their LA dream. Whereas Kawhi is the real deal, so he's not overwhelmed by it. He's not.
Kawhi is different, regardless. It has nothing to do with.
Well, that's great.
It has nothing to do with him being here from LA. He's a different dude.
I agree. I agree, but dudes from Riverside are wired different than people who move in here from Cleveland. Like Riverside,
Okay,
Riverside is real
All right, check this out. I got one
hardcore
for you.
people.
How would James Harden do playing for the Lakers or the Clippers?
It'd be a little
Yes, that's a good point. We all know about James Harden and the strip clubs, bro.
different.
We
He's from
know-
LA,
we
Westbrook.
know what
I
James
don't, I,
Harden-
don't, I don't know the strip club scene in
We-
LA.
It's sketchy. It's
come
big
on,
enough,
I'm
though.
See, this is why I like this show. This is why I like this show. I like this show. This is one of my favorite shows. I know a lot of people don't like Jason Whitlock. I think they get into the semantics and more of a mature debate. I think Undisputed is more of a comedic debate. They only talk about semantics and they argument, right? And then they get into repeating themselves. I think First Take is more. They talk about politics a bit too much on there, and they're more hyperbole, and they become like I would say they're trying to become the sports show version of what is it, Morning America, something like that. I don't know. They're becoming more and more celebrity wise, and show is undisputed, but I think this is more of a debate show, right? In my opinion, in terms of people who know the sport of basketball and know what they're trying to say. Like they're not just gonna have some random dude get on here just for the sake of views.
Not familiar. Look, Barbie Coast.
Kawhi is definitely a different dude. There's no, and his ability to focus and his ability to be a robot is, to me, separating him from LeBron James. The question now is, did he prove last night that he's clearly better than LeBron James right now?
Well, he didn't. He didn't prove to me that last night. He proved that to me Well, he proved that to me to be really in the beginning of this season, which I crowned him when LeBron didn't make the playoffs. However, I said that LeBron didn't make the playoffs and they didn't get to compete against each other. This was what the LeBron fans were saying. And keep in mind, Nick Wright, when Chris Carter was on the show, who was Kawhi's seemingly stepbrother, but Chris Carter got fired, so he act like he never said Kawhi is the king right now. So he crowned LeBron. And in the beginning of the first season, I crowned Kawhi is better than LeBron, and I saw it again on Christmas.
Yeah, he did. For anybody who hasn't been watching basketball for 2 years, like last night was an epiphany. Whoa, Kawhi's better than
Oh, you
LeBron.
think he was already there?
Man, stop. Of course he's been already. Like
Yeah, even you can't deny it. Like, come on now.
Jordan at his camp that he had in Santa Barbara 2 years ago said, yeah, Kawhi is the best two-way player. And I start saying, why don't they just say he's the best player? Because there's no other way to play basketball. You either play offense, you can play three-way player. You can three-way player. So special team. Right.
Michael Jordan said this, but keep in mind, Kawhi reminds him a lot of himself. You notice how Michael Jordan's going to promote Kobe and go promote the LeBrons. I mean, going to promote the Kawhis. I think Michael Jordan just don't like LeBron. I think he see LeBron as, hey, bro, you're not on my level.
How long have we been saying Kawhi is the best two-way player? For a minute. Now, for me, the championship should have shut up all the naysayers, but still they're looking for all these moments to say that LeBron is still the best. Look, you can be an apologist, and I love LeBron for so many things, but one thing I'm not going to do as an athlete.
Well, he was defending LeBron at first, but now his Clipper fan is showing, because like I said, he's a Clipper fan. And he called out the LeBron apologist,
Is sit there and lie
a.k.a. the media mistress.
to you and say you're better than you are. You were, you're not anymore. Take it, look in the mirror.
The reason the finals didn't shut everybody up because
I don't even think LeBron himself believes he's the best player in the NBA.
Durant was out, LeBron James wasn't in. So that's the reason. And nobody's talking about Toronto anymore. Anyways, with that being said, yes, right now, like today,
And yesterday,
Kawhi
and the
today,
day before,
but
earlier this
I
week,
don't know. I
and
don't know
last
if
year.
I don't know if I can say this in January. I don't know if I can say this in 2 weeks when LeBron James is healthy.
Wait, do you think
You're talking about going up against those horrible teams. LeBron is to be evaluated under adversity.
LeBron's going to get more healthy?
LeBron can't go out there and try to beat the Suns by 40 and then go out there and lose to teams that he has to face. Even, all the great players say that when there's teams you got to make a statement on, you got to show out, right?
Season at 34.
And I understand he got a bit more experience where a lot of young guys will take that 100% and he'll have a game where he's like, okay, whatever. But I believe they play Clippers again, whether it's one or two more times. So we're going to see. Is he able to tie up this regular season matchup?
I think he'll get more healthier than he is right now.
You think he's unhealthy right now?
Yes.
You think if they had won, we would have heard a word about his groin?
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You heard his
LeBron-
groin from a
LeBron,
charge. That one was weird. Look,
Well, he did right there.
Durant was the best player on earth
Yes.
in the two NBA
That's 100% correct. Kawhi is the best player on earth by default.
finals. He was the MVP. He was the better player in the second half of most of those. Out of 4 out of the 5 games, you know, Durant
I'm
was the
not
better
going
player.
there.
Oh, I believe that, and I believe he became a two-way player when he went to Golden State.
I'm with you.
But look, let's not argue Durant.
All that help.
Let's not argue Durant. He didn't have help, but the
Well, yeah, yeah, the help and everything, but you still saw it on the court, right? The same, yeah. You still saw he was too good, like putting up 50 points against Clippers, the way he was scoring. But I guess the help is a good knock against it if you're debating against them.
first year, LeBron had plenty of help. He had Kyrie, he had Kevin Love, he had
And
Tristan.
even in Miami, people want to act like, oh man, KD and Stephen Curry cancel each other out for MVP because they won 73 games. Wasn't that the reason? In my opinion, why they canceled out because it was two MVPs on the same team. This is the reason why people didn't like the Miami move because it was two MVPs on the same team. D Wade was an MVP. D Wade was a MVP type caliber player when he joined them. Guys trying to make it see, oh man, they only won 40 games and LeBron went there. No, he had two MVPs and a top 10 player in Chris Bosh, and we knew they wasn't going to lose. They underachieved. Golden State could have won 56 games and went down the same way they went in the playoffs. Game 7 by, what is it, 4 points, 89-93, and KD would have joined them. People would have still been mad. That's nonsense. You was mad because KD was joining Steph.
Thompson and Kevin Durant, they guarded each other, and one guy scored in the second half, and the other guy didn't. One guy's team won, the other guy
They
didn't.
all have help.
Okay,
Kareem
no
was
one's
there.
ever done it by themselves.
Pippen
right?
was there. Like, listen,
Magic's never won without Kareem.
thank you.
So,
Let's not do this.
but to answer your question, yes.
Magic won the NCAA title without Kareem.
But to answer your question,
Oh,
yes.
there
Look. The big difference is this: LeBron can't keep people in front, can't guard the top of the league anymore. He's very cerebral and he's a leader defensively, and he tells everybody else what to do, and he can occasionally make a play and get a rebound. But
Keep in mind, people was calling out Stephen Curry's defense when they was comparing him to LeBron in 2016. But now they don't want to call out his defense when they're comparing him to Kawhi.
can't really guard. Couldn't guard Giannis the other night. Can't guard Kawhi last night. That's one. The other part is on offense, he can't get to the spots he wants to get to. You listen to all these guys talk.
Exactly, because he has no go-to move. He doesn't know what he wants to do on the court. He has to find a favorable matchup and a spot. Kawhi knows what he wants to do, and he shoots the three to bring you out, then go back to his go-to move.
After the game, they talk about getting to their spots. KD always talked about it. Kawhi always wants to get to his right hand to that 18-foot jump shot. LeBron the reason he's settling for threes is, and maybe it's the groin, but this has been a problem even before the groin earlier this year against the better teams they played against.
Because, like I said, like Kyle Kuzma pointed out, the brother doesn't work hard. He doesn't have a go-to move. And quite frankly, he doesn't have the determination, right, that he had in Cleveland. He came over there to be the biggest celebrity in the history of the game. That's what he came over there to do. That's exactly what he came over there to do. That's the type of player that LeBron wants to be. He knows he has to have a winning team to compete because LA is not just going to allow him to just be there and they be grateful. LA is a spoiled brat franchise. LeBron is an attention seeker. That's all he is. He's an attention seeker. He is a look at me. This is why he makes excuses. This is why he say crap like we need to make the most money. This is why he say crap like the NFL owners are slave owners. Y'all need to change y'all names. This is what he says. It's like I said, part of the liberal media. Him promoting rebellion. Hostile takeover. He want to be at the top. And his fanboys will say, why are you hating on another man? Don't count another man's bread. You just got to see these things, right? You just can't be sheep forever. And this is not me being the hater and calling people out. This is just the facts. You guys are going to see it one way or another. Right? A lot of people who emotionally invest into players, when they are finally have to come in terms with it, then they are hurt. Right? And like I said, if you are objective of LeBron, it's going to make your lives much easier. This is just my opinion. If you know the type of things LeBron wants to do, then you won't be surprised. You won't be hurt. You won't be afraid to go look at the comment section when he has poor games where you swore up and down that he was going to do something that he cannot do anymore. You just got to come to terms with it. You have to know the truth because the truth will set you free.
Can't get to his spots. He doesn't have that burst. Some of it's how they're playing him, where he's not playing as much downhill because they're not really a pick and roll team.
And keep in mind, there are LeBron haters out there, just like there are MJ fanboys out there, just like there are Kobe fanboys and haters out there. And I encourage you to be a hater or a fanboy, because I already told you about the fanboy side, but you're going to evaluate a player with hatred. Whenever a player do something, you're going to pretty much, how would I call, What's the word? Devalue it. Make it less valuable. That's the one. I don't even think devaluable is a word. Make it less valuable. Delegitimize it. That's the one I was looking for. So I don't encourage anyone to look at a player with hatred, right? But I don't blame the animosity because, quote unquote, the most scrutinized athlete in the world has no accountability. He makes excuses. He cannot do no wrong. And like I said, if he was the one getting triple doubles like Russell Westbrook, it would be another accomplishment to, quote unquote, put him ahead of Jordan. If you're not LeBron, you cannot chase stats. You cannot chase stats. Look at Russell Westbrook. Look at James Harden. If it was LeBron scoring 38 a game, right? Look at all these other players. If you are not LeBron, you cannot chase stats. If you are LeBron, you can chase stats because they're going to try to delegitimize championships because that's the only way they can elevate LeBron. LeBron is the only great player in history where you have to delegitimize other great players to put him in the subject. You don't have to when you arguing LeBron and Jordan, you don't have to delegitimize LeBron. Jordan's accomplishments would just stand out. You have to delegitimize everything every other great player did. You have to say crap like Larry Bird when playing his league, right? You have to say that Jordan played against plumbers. The most ridiculous thing I heard in my life. But you don't have to say this when you're arguing against LeBron. Well, if you have a good debater, I would say, a good debater would know how to debate. Other guys just like Jordan but don't know how to debate, so they'll delegitimize players anyway because they might be Jordan fanboys. But I obviously think Jordan is the greatest player of all time. This is LeBron. This is why a lot of animosity is coming out towards him. And what's in the dark will come to the light. So if you haven't seen it, you're going to start to see it or you're going to see it in the future. It's that simple.
They're kind of a mishmash parts that they're trying to figure out. But a lot of it is age and explosiveness. Why is the better player? Both times they matched up, I think a blind man could
I'm
see
glad you're saying this because getting to your spots is one of the first symptoms of, you're starting to have attrition. You're starting to go down the hill. Age is kicking in. Because if you look at it from a defensive perspective, as you go into any NBA locker room before the game, there's the whiteboard up with the percentages and the players' names next to it. This is where he wants to go. LeBron's an elbow playmaker. You get him to the elbow, he's going to either drive from that position or make plays. Don't allow him to get to that position. So, one, you can't get to your.
Well, the Clippers are a team that has to make LeBron play a lot skilled because now that his athleticism is down, he cannot get what he want athletic wise. This is why having a post move is important, LeBron, or a go-to move. Now he has to play more skill, and he's not going to outskill a Kawhi Leonard. He's not going to outskill a Paul George, right? And he's going to have some games where he probably do outskill Paul George because Paul George is inconsistent. But he can also have games where Lou Williams outskill him because Clippers are a tough, skilled team. Lakers are a big, athletic team, right? And Clippers got some athletic players, but AD is dominant and AD is a skill big, but LeBron is more force.
Spots, and then when you're old, you start to pick your spots. What starts to happen? I'm guarding you 48 possessions. Guess what? I'll concede 20, but then I'm
LeBron taking threes and long twos. And this guy is apparently analytical. But no, I'll take that back. LeBron has called out analytics. I gave him credit for that because I like that the best player in the NBA that everybody looks up to, right? The media calls out analytics. That was good.
some spectacular ones to remind everyone I'm still great. LeBron's in that position now. Younger LeBron never had a big
The only
spot.
thing I will say, and we're running out of time here, is I think when you have LeBron's
And I might be running out of space. This is 54 minutes so far.
gift, you change your spots later in life.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Michael Jordan was so dominant, right, in terms of his athleticism and his skill that he was able to have that edge plus his shot. When he got older, as the athleticism died, he had to learn the fadeaway shot, right? He had to be more skilled. This is something LeBron has not done.
And that's what he's not willing to do. And I think it's because he's distracted and not
Well,
focused.
because he's lost his determination.
This anytime they put Patrick Beverly on him, that man should have been right down there in the
Post,
paint.
just like Kevin Durant, where he said, "I'm just going to
Because
score
he's not a
every
post
three."
guy. Guys are going to say, I've seen LeBron hit post shots. No. AD is not technically a post guy either. AD can hit turnaround shots, but that doesn't mean he's a post guy. If you want to know who a post guy is, look at DeMarcus Cousins, right? Look at Zach Randolph. That is a true post game. That is, oh man, you got a weak guy on me? Give me the ball, right? AD is more to a lot weaker. AD can post smaller guys, and AD got I would say, a huge repertoire, right? AD also would be a lot dominant if he had more of a go-to move. And to be honest with you, he probably do lack more of a go-to move. But since he's so young and so quick, he can make that up with his athleticism, kind of like how LeBron did early in his career. But LeBron needs a go-to move. And I hope AD's smart enough to go get him a little post fadeaway shot where he can just grab the ball and do it all game, right? If it calls for it
So you
in
change
the future.
your spots. He's not willing to do that. He wants to float around the 3-point line. He just wants
Exactly. 6'9", 250.
to have fun out there. He just wants to go sit in Kevin
He
Hart's lap,
also
all that other
they
stuff.
play too slow because he's so
Because
busy
he's
taking.
there.
Yeah,
Exactly. Well, this is all LeBron's teams, right?
their pace is
But
way up.
don't do that. Last night's not an indictment on that. With a growing injury, you realize I can't dribble drive. So guess what? I'm
With
gonna
Man, he was doing this before the groin injury. See, don't run to that groin injury for excuse.
Alleged
12
groin.
threes.
Just
Shoot
put a
12 threes.
just alleged. Or if you just say alleged, I'm good. Alleged groin.
Yeah, alleged. Seemingly, right? Well, if you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, support the channel, and that's it.